So the front house is an 1890 Queen Anne. And as you can see from the side here, those spindles on the porch, and that's kind of what we wanted to replicate with the spindles on the back to do a little tie-in to the original character of this Victorian home. It's been a lot of fun putting this decorative detailing on here, but yeah. There's the front of the house. So let's go back over here and we'll get inside and do a quick tour, walk through on this building. Like I said, we're pretty much done on the exterior. We're waiting on a new roof to go on the house, and so we haven't built the deck and finished all of our flat work on the outside just because they're going to be ripping a bunch of stuff, including the original roof decking off of the main house. And I didn't want any of our new built stuff to get damaged, so we put that on hold. Again, it's an 826 square foot footprint garage and a 612 square foot, 1 bedroom ADU above it. Let's go take a look inside. Two-car garage here. Walk into this side. Got a mechanical room here in the back. This is our elevator bay into here. So very large, like I said, tandem on this side. You could fit 4 small cars in here. On this side, you could get 2 decent sized sedans in here. It is 36 feet long. Once again, the elevator bay back there. Another thing that I want to talk about while we walk through the kind of this frame tour, we are about to get insulation put into here, so we're not going to be able to see these walls anymore. But I want to start talking a little bit about some of the sealants and the building materials that we use from the ground up. As you can see sticking out in here, which is probably a little hard because it's a little dark, that is our Stego vapor barrier. And then so from the ground up, we've got rigid insulation on the inside of the foundation walls, all the way up to where our underslab insulation. So that is a continuous from 3 feet below grade up onto our slab. And that has a 22.5 degree chamfer on it. So we run the foam through a table saw, put this chamfer on it that drops down about 4 inches. So the slab goes into that chamfer, and the very top of the chamfer is about 3/4 of an inch of that foam, which becomes our expansion gap. What you're seeing here is the zip tape sticking out. So I use Huber's zip tape to attach the plastic vapor barrier. So I use Stego's vapor barrier, and I use the zip tape to attach it to the concrete. And as you can see, almost all places, even right here, it's pulled off a little bit, but hit it here so well, even with the weight of the concrete. It's pretty amazing. So anyhow, going back to that, you've got your rigid insulation coming up the foundation walls with a chamfer that goes into your under slab, which is 4 inches below that slab. And then there's obviously gravel below that, and our radon system is installed, the vapor barrier, everything taped. So what I'll do as a final detail is we'll come in and I'll cut along here and get the zip out of there, and we'll actually seal that joint, and we'll use Sashco's Lexel to do that. And speaking of Lexel, we'll go to the next step of the building as we work our way up and show you where we use some of these other sealing products. So the whole building is sheathed with zip system. Not Zip R yet, but we will be using Zip R moving forward with the new Denver code. So it's all zip. And then down here on the base, you can see our fire block in there. But we also have Sashco's Lexel So we are doing the double bead of sealant, and you can see here's a little bit of it sticking out right here. That's Lexel. So on top of the foundation wall, we run an exterior bead, a really thick bead of Lexel. And the reason we used Lexel is because we were still freezing when we started doing this. We're far from freezing now, so we could use big stretch, which would save a little bit of money. It's a buck or so less a tube. So anyhow, one bead gets all along the exterior of the top of the foundation wall, and then we put the blue sill seal on top of that, and then another bead on the inside on top of the sill seal before you put your bottom plate down. So that's got a whole perfect air seal underneath that, because this blue sill seal is a capillary break, and you can see here's the blue sill seal, and here's our Lexel that's squeezed out underneath our Simpson strong wall here, but that goes all the way around. So right from the base, we are sealing everything out. Like I said, we're going to come back in and we're going to seal this joint with Lexel before we're done here. So moving up the building, we frame in. Obviously, any of the penetrations we need to seal up, we would use big stretch. So on our windows, these all get big stretched when we install them. And I think I've got videos that I've done on those as well. You can see they came in and did the draft stop fire block foam afterwards. But all those windows are completely sealed. And then, like I said, we got Huber zip on the outside. And then we have Benjamin Obdike's classic slicker underneath our cladding on the outside. So the rain screen goes all the way up. And you can see some of it here as well, below our cladding. And we don't have our door in yet because we're waiting for this roof to get done. Our door's right there, and I don't want them beating it up. So as we work our way up, we continue, like I said, to use big stretch on lots of places to seal the building, penetrations that go through the walls, and then they also get the fire block in there for code. Make sure that the inspector is happy. But yeah, so the last step to connect the foundation wall to the sheathing, and so basically wood to concrete connection on the exterior, and you can't see it anymore because we got brick all the way around it, but we have Siga's fen trim that runs all the way around. So we got several layers to stop bugs, an air barrier and water barrier along our foundation wall. From an earlier video, I talked about this glue lamb that's down here in the garage that extends right here to this steel post and goes outside. And right here you can see there's an LVL and then our treated joists that are going out and overhanging for our stair landing at the top of the stairs here. And then you can see a little bit of squeeze through there. That's Prosico's joint and seam filler. So that's a Vantech. So we've sloped this overhang out and then applied a Vantech on the top of it. And a video that I did earlier, this glue lamb goes outside. The way that this is built, and you can see this big glue lamb here as well, and this was due to Denver code with a 25% reduction on the upper level massing that was required for the old ADU code. That's since changed. But yeah, so basically this reduction caused us to create all this structure in here. That glue lamb went outside, and I knew I had to think about it. When we did it, I knew I had to think about it because it was exposed. We had to figure out how to flash it. So here we are on our stairs, going up. So this deck took lots of thought and getting this in, make sure that this was all flashed correctly, draining correctly. And underneath there is where our glue lamb is sticking out. So that is completely flashed in really well. So as you enter in, you're looking at the kitchen over here, living area. So So you'll have your fridge, range. There's gonna be a peninsula here. And you'll be a living area here. You know, TV wall, fireplace. So pre-drywall, all of our blocking's in. All of our studs are marked, electrical, water. On the floor. All of our surfaces are protected because we're gonna be spraying foam, spray foam in here. Doors protected. So living space. We got 13-foot vaulted ceilings in here, some skylights. There's your elevator straight ahead. So laundry, a little bit of storage above the laundry. Like I said, elevator and bath, curbless. Again, more blocking. Our shower niche is built. All the blocking on this side. Towel racks are extremely straight, rigid. Double 2x10 frame for the elevator to attach to. Our radon system. Here's our bedroom. Slider outside. Closet.